Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Secret Wars Titania. And I wasn't going to bother reviewing this because I don't know how important it is to review, but then you guys told me I should, and the more I looked into the figure, I thought, you know what, I should do what my audience has asked me to do, and so here it is. This figure is surprisingly good in a lot of ways. Like, for a Hasbro figure, it's really nice. Like, really, really nice. But then there's one thing, kind of two things, that just really make this figure a not so great thing. And we're going to talk about all of that. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. Still the ugly Secret Wars packaging, but it is accurate, so if you're into that sort of thing, no offense intended, it is just not the best looking packaging. You know, it didn't look good when it came out, but it was a product of the time period, so that is okay. Perfectly, reasonably accurate. And then we have the other figures here. I'm not going to review him. I don't think there's a point. Really no point in reviewing him, and I have done the rest. We have some artwork up there, which is offensive to me, and we will move on from there. Alright, so I'll say this figure is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. If you happen to want to get one, I'll put a link in the description below. She stands just shy of 7 inches. That's going to make her roughly, we'll call it 17.5 centimeters. That's not exactly right, but it's close enough for government work. Okay, so there's Darwin staring at some Zongas, and let's get into the aesthetic. But first, a question of the day. Do you also find it weird that Hasbro puts so many new sculpts out for characters that are not A-listers? I know a lot of people wanted this character for the teams, and that's fine, but here's my point. They will reuse and repaint all the A-listers a million times because they know people are going to buy them. Then they put new sculpt out on these kinds of figures while we're still getting maximum disappointments on the A-listers, and it just drives me nuts. It's so corporate-y and annoying. Let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, let's talk about the aesthetic on this figure. First thing I want to note is the sculpt is pretty darn good. I like the musculature in the legs. The overall body is well proportioned. It doesn't have that comic look. It still looks like a normal person, more than a comic character. Like, we don't have the wider hips, we don't have the pinched in knees and ankles and smaller feet, and we don't have the really comic style look. It's just not here. It's good enough looking though, for sure, especially for Marvel Legends. It's going to stand out as being nice. She's got the big muscular legs, which we can't even get on most male characters. She's got the right curves in the right places for the most part. Like, it's generally pretty darn good looking. The boot sculpt is definitely questionable, the way they've done that, but it'll get the job done. The spikes are surprisingly nice. The paint on them isn't perfect, but they are sculpted, of course, and painted, and that is okay. Skin tones on the molded parts, really nicely done. It's a wonderful skin tone. The painted parts right here, not so great. It's not terrible. If you're not looking super close, it'll be alright. It'll be okay. And now that leads me to, well, no, you know what? Let's get one other thing out of the way first. Two other things. The hair, no paint in there. That's unfortunate. And then the face. We do have the semi-realistic looking face with kind of an unpleasant look. And I know she's a baddie, but I don't love that expression. I still don't like the hyper-realistic features, though they are well executed. So it's whatever. Let me know how you guys feel about the expression. To me, Hasbro either gives us bored or bad expressions. Never the right thing. It's always missing that sweet spot. Not always, but most of the time. Let me know what you think about that. And now it's the topic I really want to talk about, which is maybe something a lot of people don't care about, but I do, and it's my video, so I'm going to do it. This lighter purple here isn't supposed to be there. They put that on there because cleavage is unacceptable to Hasbro or Marvel, I'm guessing Marvel, and that is the most annoying, absurd, offensive thing ever. Not because I need cleavage on my little action figures, it's because why? Why is it unacceptable for a woman character who has cleavage in the source material to not have her cleavage showing, or I don't remember how I worded it, I didn't sleep. Why is it unacceptable to have cleavage? That's what I want to know. Why can we have almost fully naked male action figures, like almost literally fully naked? That's fine, but we can't have a little bit of cleavage. Why is it that we have to make all the female characters frumpy and ugly or covered up or whatever? Why are we doing that? Why is that acceptable? Maybe that's why Western media, Western pop culture is going down the drains while Eastern stuff is flourishing. Maybe that's what's happening. Because this is just ridiculous. This looks stupid. It's not what the character is supposed to look like, and frankly, nobody should buy this, simply for that fact. What's the point of buying these things if they don't look like the source material? That's the only reason we want them. It's come to the point where people are so into, I need the character I don't care what the thing is. I need thing of character. That's it. And that's not a good way to do it, guys, because you're going to end up getting stuff like this where it isn't even the right thing. It's so offensive to me. I don't understand it. Man. Anyway, otherwise, it's pretty darn good looking. For Marvel Legends figure, I'll go 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty good. Alright, as far as accessories go, you get the 2 fist hands, 2 gripping hands, and then you get her goofy shield thing. That's fine, whatever. 5 out of 10, it exists. I don't know that she really needs anything else, so whatever. As far as articulation goes, you'll be happy to hear they did a double ball peg head, but you'll be unhappy to hear Hasbro can't manage that. It doesn't move. Like, it can rotate, and that's basically it. They used really hard plastic for the hair, and the ball peg has no range, so her neck functionality is basically worthless. Shoulders are standard. Even with the spikes, they work nicely, so that is good. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow is fine. No problems there. The diaphragm joint on this figure is pretty darn good. It works really well. It's the only joint she has. They could have easily had another one down here, but they didn't. It's still okay. For the hips, almost splits. We get pretty good range there. That's not too bad. They are a little bit loose. She does kick pretty high. Comes out to the side a little bit, but again, not too bad. Just a touch going back. Thigh swivel, there's a little wiggle up there, but you get it down here in the boot, which isn't the worst thing. It's not the best thing. It's kind of a weird way of doing it, but I guess it's there. The miscolored knees are a thing, by the way. Same thing for the elbows. Knee range is decent. That's fine. And then for the ankles, all the way back, all the way forward, and your crooked ankle rocker. Yeah, it's a solid enough release. 7 out of 10 for articulate. Well, no, yeah, because the torso is good, but the head sucks. So 7 out of 10, but for articulation. But yeah, it's a good pickup for Marvel Legends. There are those problems. Granted, this is a separate piece, so you could clean that purple paint off on the top part at least very easily with some paint remover. Down here, you'll have a little bit more trouble, I think. Unless it's molded. I think it might be molded in the purple. So that would come off easy, too. Just be careful. But yeah, it's like, it's just so annoying. This would have been a really good release if they didn't do stupid things. Like the neck doesn't work, or the suit is the wrong thing. Things like that. But still, even with all that considered, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for Marvel Legends. It's a strong release that I wasn't expecting to be a strong release. And it could have been even stronger if they didn't do stupid things. So that's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but that's it for me. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.